We are going to learn a bit about naive bias, and we are going to learn how is naive bias going to work, and we are going to predict some spam mails, and we're going to train with some spam and non-spam mails, and then we're going to predict another one to make an example and see if this is working all right. So first of all, we are going to import the things that we need, or matplotlib, numpy, sklearn, and we're going to put some other things about matplotlib. This one's okay. So we have the things we need. This is for calculating later how the test sets are doing. Alright, first of all, we are going to create a function to read all the data that we have, that is over here, the non-spam test, the test. If we click, we have here all the non-spam and the train set. We can read it. It doesn't really make sense, but what we are trying to do is, like, for example, this is the non-spam train. Okay, so we have words like source, English, specifically, interest, certain, think. Alright, but later if we go on to the spam, for example, spam train, we're going to see whole other words to learn what we need, like economical, vacation, life, wonderful, day, per room, season, Turkey. So maybe we have some type of words that some spam emails would really say. So, like in this one is not, but in other ones would be money and other words like that. So we're going to import all this by creating a function. We are going to import first of all glob. That is going to help us get in the that is going to help us read from a path. So if you don't have it installed, you just go pip install glob in your CMD or right here, and that's all. So we're going to read path, for example, and we are going to give it here the where we want to go. So here would be file, and the path is going to be the file plus .txt. Alright, so here we go. The files that we are going to have are going to go glob path. So this what it's going to do is going to go over here. We're going to put it this name and of the folder, and it's going to load all this txt. So this is the file. Like over here, we would call it maybe folder, and not here too, and not file. Okay. So later on, and here we are going to need this to know that there are lots of txts. Okay, so now the text that we have is going to be an array. Alright, and for name in files, in the name of the files, we are going to open the name of the file as f, and we are going to append the what we are going to read about that file with f. Alright, so later on we are going to print the number of text that we have read, and text read. Alright, so we're good, and I have an error, and we're going to return the text and print. Okay, so we are done with this. So now we're going to read our data. we've got all the data, we have read it, and now we are going to create our whole data set. First of all, text train is going to be MP a stack. We're going to have both a non-spam and spam train in one data with all the train data. Okay, so there we have non-spam train with spam train. Okay, so now that we have it, we need to get this would be like the x, and the result is going to be a y, is going to be a 0 if it's non-spam and a 1 if it's spam. So now we're going to create this arrays of zeros and ones, and dot zeros of length non-spam train, for example. This is going to be the zeros one, and the ones is going to be n dot ones, and the ones length of spam train. Okay, so now that we have this, we are going to create the y train. Y train, what is going to be? Is going to be n dot stack of zeros and ones. Okay, so we like here we put our non-spam train. Here we have an error, sorry, non-spam train and the spam train. So when we have this, we're going to put some zeros for the non-spam train and ones for the spam train. Okay, now that we have this, we are going to create the zeros for the y test. This is going to be almost the same, so we're going to copy it. Okay, this is going to be another of zeros, but here it's going to have different length, so we're going to do this like this. Okay, ones and y test of zeros and ones. And now, well, we can print one of the text that we got in train. For example, we're going to import number 0. So let's see if this is working. We have read 350, yes, and this is the first mail of train. Okay, and it's going to be non-spam because the first ones are non-spam. Okay. So now that we have this, we are going to train with knife bias. Knife bias is really good for detecting spam. Really good model. How is knife bias working with this? Because now we're working with words, we're not working with numbers. So what it's going to do is going to create an array. We're going to use Sklearn, but what it's going to do is going to create an array like this. So it's going to create some, for example, for each word is going to be one element of the array. So each mail is going to have a 0 if it doesn't have the word, a 1 if it has it one time, a 2 if it has it 2 times. Well, there are different types. For example, if bad is 3 times or 2 times, it could have just a 1 because it has the word, but if we want it more specific, we could put the number of times it's in that mail. So this would be like, though, for example, in this sentence is not, but is twice, and add is 0. Alright, so we have this called text vectorization. Alright, so this is what we're going to do, but we are not going to program it all, and we're going to get it by Sklearn. That we have something to import to get this, that is the vector extraction, sorry, we're going to import text extraction. Alright. So we have to put the number of attributes that the max number of features that we want in the count vectorizer. We're going to start for 250. Later we can change it and see if it does better. So this is the text dot count. Let's go fast. So now that we have this, we have created the count vectorizer object, and it's going to analyze each word. We are not using stop words or preprocessor or tokenizer. These are just other things, and we have the max features, that is 250. Alright. So now that we have this, we are going to make our training data into the vectorizer. So our train data features is going to be the vectorizer dot fit transform text train. Okay, so now that we have this, we are going to get our train data features to, well, we can put it over here. We have to transform it to an array like this. It's just as simple as this. So now we have this, we're going to print the shape just to know train data features dot shape. Okay, to know if it has done it well. And next we're going to print the first 5 words of the dictionary that I told you of the vector. So it's going to be v equals vectorizer dot get feature names, so we get the names, and we are going to print them, the first 5 words, for example. Okay, and later on we are going to do the same with the test data. But here, well, we are not going to print anything twice. Text train, text test. We haven't get our text test. I see it now. This would be it. Text test. Sorry, it would be spam test and test. Okay. Now we're good. All right. So we come back here again, and we are going to see if this is working. Test data, text test. All right. Text test. All right. So let's see. We're going to import a shape 2 of the test data. So let's see test like this. Okay. Let's see if we're good. Okay, so we can see that we have this here. We have 700 by 250. 250 is really, this is the end, and we can see that we have, these are the first 5 words: above, upside, accept, account, add. All right, we're good. So these are the words that is going to use and put a 0 or 1 in future examples. So now we're going to create a categorical array that is that is going to help us with the number of attributes that are, that is n, as we said before. Okay. Now we are going to import to start learning with our multinomial naive Bayes model. So from Sklearn dot naive Bayes import, we are going to import the multinomial MB. Okay, we're good. We are going to create our model that is going to be a multinomial NV. Okay, sorry, we missed this. Okay, later on we are going to feed it with what? Now we have the features that we have created, so we're going to do it with that, with our features and the white. Okay, so now we're going to predict train. Prediction train is going to be not predict, and it's going to predict the train data features to later on see if it did good in the train after learning. Alright, and later on we have the accuracy in train, so that is going to be metrics that we imported over here, here, metrics dot accuracy score, and we're going to pass white train and the prediction. Okay, prediction train. Alright, and it's going to check if white train is similar, each of the examples are good. Okay, later on we are going to do it for test too. The test data features, accuracy of test, metrics dot y test is going to compare the prediction of test and the y test. Okay, so now what we can do is to print the results. The train accuracy is going to be train, and the test accuracy is going to be AC test. Okay, so let's see. We have an error, run number 4, train data. Okay, alright, we're going to put it a bit better like this. We're going to by 100, and we are going to run it, for example, 2. Here we are going to round it with 2 decimals, and here we have to do it to round this to, and this multiplied by 100. Okay, so we would put it over here. Sorry, it does make more sense like this. Okay, so we have an accuracy of 96 in the train data, but it's not doing really well in the test accuracy world. In the test data, it's having a 75. Like, it's doing quite good, but with one more. So we had some problems that I'm going to show you right now. We have the test accuracy, and it's going to have the percentage here. Okay, this accuracy is not really normal, and I see what it's doing, because here we are doing the fit transform with the train data, with the text train fit transform, but over here we are doing also the fit, and here we just want to do the transform because our vectorizer already has it with the text train. So let's see like this how it's going to do it. Alright, and let's see. We have a 90, almost 97% and 96.5%. So it's doing pretty well. So after this, we're going to try first to get a bit more of accuracy if we can. And how we're going to do this? We're going to modify end. So we're going to go over here and make a for. We're going to make the n examples to try. We're going to call it n try. All right. And this is going to be n dot range is going to go from 200 to is going to be to 800, for example. And it's going to go by 10. It's going to be a bit slow. Yeah, to 800. All right. So we are creating an array for n points to try from 220 to 800 and by 10, like 220, 240, 260 to 800. All right. So we're going to create a for n in n try. What are we going to do? Like we have our data, and now we are going to get all this, and we're going to put it over here. This we're not going to print anything. We don't need it. Get feature names, we don't need it neither. So this is going to be n, and it's going to try each of those. It's going to create a vectorizer. And now that we have this, we are going to we don't need any of those things, and we are going to create our model over here. Okay, let's see. Over here we have our model, and we can get maybe we're going to make an array. All right, we're going to make an array for the accuracies and to get the best accuracy. All right, so it's going to create a zero array of len of n try. Okay, and for that, what are we going to do? For that, we're going this. So we are going to feed with the train data. We are not going to really predict with train. We don't want. We just want to get a highly good accuracy with test. So we're going to train with train, and later on we're going to predict with test and get the AC test, and finally we're going to put it in the AC. So AC of, let's set a variable here. I see one over here, and here we're going to put test. Alright, so I think this is it, but finally when we get out, we are going to go best accuracy is going to be mp.argmax of ACC. Okay, and we're going to print the best precision. That is going to be we're not going to round it, we're just going to go dot best accuracy. Alright, because we're going to get the arc, we're not going to get like the number of the accuracy. We could get it also, but we are not needing it right now. We are going to get the R. So the best position is going to be this one, and the parameter is going to be with a parameter of, and this would be n try of also best ACC. That is going to be the words that is using. So let's see, I is going to go for a while, so I will let it train and do, and finally I will show you the results. So it finished. It actually was pretty quick, and we got a 97.6.7 percentage with a parameter of 790. So we're using more words, 790 words in the vector, and we're getting like almost 1% more of precision. So that's pretty well. And what we're going to try now is going to try to do a bit better. So we're going to change it for 790. That is going to be the first one, to, for example, 1,200 by 10, and we're going to try this. So let's see if it does better. We're going to first of all get the one that we got good. Okay, so let's see. So this one finished pretty fast too, and we got even a better one, 98%. So that's great, with 910 words. So this is what we're going to use now, and we're going to create a new model with these words. So this is more or less how you try things, how you try parameters for a model. We could maybe try these things. You can try it with the multinomial, like if you go to the Sklearn page and you search for multinomial naive Bayes, this has a lot of parameters. So maybe you change some parameters, it's going to do a bit better. Like 98 is quite good, really, but maybe could do a bit better, and trying new parameters with the multinomial naive Bayes is going to do better. So now we're going to do something. Now we're going to go and take some text from the internet or something, or write some text, and I'm going to write it right now, and I'm going to create a model with the 910 words and 910, and we're going to predict our mail. So let's see how it's going to do it. So now I've written two examples of the spam example and non-spam example. The spam example says time is running out, save with capital letters, 50%, buying $40, you will learn everything about making money online. And the other one's like, for a friend or something, thank you for help with my problem of learning languages. Now I'm almost an English native speaker, thank you a lot. Alright, so this would be the two examples. What are we going to do? We're going to vectorize it, but we need a new vectorizer. So we're going to get this and this, and we are going to put it over here, and we are going to set the words to 910. We are going to set this to get the test data features and the train data features. Alright, so apart from getting all those two features, what we're going to do now is, well, this has to be in an array, this string. So now what we are going to do is to transform it with the vectorizer. How do we do that? Well, I have it right here. I have just done it while I was searching for the mails, and like this we will have the both features. Oh, sorry, yeah. So I have here the both spam and non-spam features. Transformation. We have the spam text example and the non-spam text example. Sorry. We don't have to feed it because we have just fed it here in the train data, and later on we are just transforming like in the test data. So we are going to transform it. How are we going to transform it? With the data of train. Alright, so we have it here. What we're going to do is we're going to print it to see how it's done. So this is going to be the spam example features. Like these are the 910 words, and from the 910 words of training, like here we have a 1. I don't know which word, but we could say it with this, with the get feature names if you want to check it. We have another one here, another one here. So these are words that are in this email and the other words are not. So this is the vectorizer. We're not going to have it right here. So we got ourselves our new vectorizer. So now what we're going to do is create our model, feed it, and later on predict. We're going to predict both of them. So we're going to create our model. We're going to feed it with our data. We're going to make two predictions. We're going to make prediction 1 with the spam example features. Alright, and prediction 2 model dot predict non-spam example features. Alright, so we have both of these things, and now we are going to make two prints for the prediction and if it's well done or not. With just this, we're going to predict the prediction and the real data that we need. Like the first one should be a 1, that is spam, and this one should be 0. Okay, so let's see how well it does. Very good, very good. We see a 1 here and a 0 here, so it has just predicted this one as a spam and this one as not spam. So we are good. I hope you've learned a bit about native bias, and about spam and non-spam detector and predictor. So I hope you have liked it, and I hope you learned a lot about convectorizer and everything on how this model works. So thank you very much, and see you in the next video.